Asi tudo da oda belenju gilgitno. Galo belo या ते साढ़े तेरह ये तो रोंद होना ये तो नबरा न भाले
मेरे पहले दादा आए हो ना गिलगित से आया होगा ये गिलगित से आने वक्त उसी वक्त ही बोला कम से कम कितने साल चला वो पता नहीं हम तो बच्चे थे उस वक्त मेरा बाप बच्चे थे दादे बच्चे थे
गिलगित में भी कुछ इलाके ऐसे थे जहाँ के लोग दूसरे इलाके में किसी अच्छे इलाके में हिजरत करना माइग्रेट करना पसंद करते थे वो भी इनमें शामिल हो गए
दागर खुना न भालन से पादार कार का बिनी फॉलो का दूसरा था सी या अगर खुना का लोग पास थांती का था हम जी बिनी बिसला रशन बिनी बिसला बेंस हम जी जापो की नाले बात तो जल थे सारे ग्रास बने
उनका जो देश था उनमें यानी इनकी नहीं बनी अपनी हमसाया कौमों के साथ दूसरे लोगों के साथ नहीं बनी एक फ्यूड सा हो गया एक फसाद सा हो गया उसी सिलसिले में ये वहाँ से भागे हैं
They left their homeland. They braved the mountains. They forded the Indus. Contradictions surround the origin of the BROGPAS. Some scholars claim that they are the descendants from soldiers of Alexander the Great's army on their expedition from Macedonia to India. Yet other scholars claim an Indo-Iranian lineage for them. The BROGPAS came in search of peace and fresh pastures. They settled in the northwestern part of Ladakh. They named the place where they first settled, Dar, after the arrow that struck water. Later, they further settled in the villages of Hanu, Garkon and Darchiks, all along the banks of the river Indus. The BROGPAS, people of the high pastures, were agriculturists as well as pastoralists. They had a distinct identity and a distinct culture. The process of migration continued, and migrants started settling in the lower reaches, as far down as Dras. They also moved upwards towards Khalse. They practiced an animistic form of religion, worshipping the gods and spirits of the water, earth and mountains. Now, caught between the cross currents of times and cultures, traditions and modern ways, the lives of the BROGPAS are being transformed.
After 15th, 16th century, they have become Buddhists because that time Buddhists had a very strong influence all over Ladakh.
Under the rule of the Buddhist kings of Leh, the BROGPAS embraced Buddhism. Thus began the first efforts at transformation of a once independent people. As Islam spread through Ladakh, the BROGPAS living in the villages below the village of Darchiks became Muslims. This was yet another effort at the transformation of the BROGPAS.
हम ब्रोकपा ही हैं तो हमारी सीना जबान है.
There are certain Muslim BROGPAS, certain Buddhist BROGPAS who don't interdine, don't intermarry. And there's this stark division that's crept in.
पहले था हमारे यहाँ बटाले के सिल्मो लालू शहर में हमारे यहाँ से लड़कियाँ जाती थी उधर से इधर भी आती थी एक दूसरे शादी करते रहते थे. अभी भी रिश्तेदारी है हमारा करीबी रिश्तेदारी जो हमारे घर से गए हुए बच्चे लड़की का पोता और अभी भी मौजूद है वहाँ पे.
Buddhist or Muslim, Till recently, the BROGPAS as a people found their own racial identity more important. This identity is under increasing threat. The BROGPAS' own quest for a modern lifestyle, their very small numbers, and their assimilation into the mainstream cultures all serve to undermine their sense of identity. The BROGPAS practiced endogamy in a bid to preserve their racial identity. This racial segregation preserved the BROGPA way of life for centuries. Polyandry and polygamy were also widely practiced in BROGPA society. Zetan Paljo married Yangskit and her younger sister.
Due to the limit lands they have, and there was no provision to distribute the land among the brothers and all. That time it was comfortable to having one wife for 3 brothers or like this.
पहले तो दादी दादा को बोलता ना एक एक घर को शरी एक शरी 3 भाई 4 भाई सब इकट्ठे रहना अभी तो नहीं.
In 1941, the Kashmir government banned polyandry. However, the practice continues discreetly amongst the BROGPAS, with brothers sharing a wife. Zering Lamchok and his brothers married 2 sisters. Zering Dadul is their son.
Awa Chenmo ka naam Tsering Nurbu. Awa Chun ka naam Tsering Lamchung. Ama Chenmo Chokskit. Ama Chun mean Tsering Palmo.
A child born into a family belonged to the family, irrespective of the biological parentage.
तीन भाई यहाँ लाए हैं, 2 बहनें लाए हैं, एक बहन उसके पास है, एक बहन हमारे पास है, एक बहन को बच्चा नहीं हो गया, एक बहन को बच्चा हो गया, तो हम लोग इनको और मैं कोई बच्चा पैदा करेगा तो उनको थोड़ा वो दिक्कत पड़ेगा बोल के हमने इसी तरह हम लोग अभी बराबर इसी तरह बैठे हैं दोनों.
But over time, their practice of endogamous marriages within the BROGPA community, considering its small size, have had adverse genetic effects, including a significant drop in fertility. Today, the BROGPA population is steadily shrinking.
मैं कहाँ ले आपको बच्चा भगवान बड़ा सबसे भगवान बड़ा तो ये बच्चा भगवान ने मांगते बच्चा भी ठीक होता क्या करना भगवान से नहीं देता कोई को बहुत को बच्चा ने कोई को है.
इसको 4 लड़का है, 4 लड़का है, 1 लड़की. तो दुनिया ऐसा है, खुदा का करना अलग बात हो गई. बच्चा खुद हम नहीं है, मैं बच्चा वाला नहीं, मैं और घर और बीबी वाला, बस 2.
एक अंगमो एक थ्रीस की और थ्रीस की एक गंगजम एक पाल्मो एक नर्जम बच्चे ने.
Singing and dancing have always been a common feature of the vibrant BROGPA way of life. this BROGPAs call their language BROGSCAT. The Muslim BROGPAs sing in Shina, the languages they carried through their migrations. In Dras, Ghulam Muhammad Khan's family is alone in keeping alive this art form. That the clergy frowns upon these performances has not deterred the Khans. Though BROGSCAT and Shina are derived from the same roots, the intermingling with different cultures now make them stand apart. Now, they are estranged cousins.
इनकी इब्तदाई जो ज़बान थी वो शिना है. Shina is one of the dialects of Dagestan, गिलगित वगैरह.
ये ओरिजिनल शीना भी नहीं रही है क्योंकि इसमें कुछ ये जो नया दौर है हर लैंग्वेज में यूँ तो चेंजेस आते रही है. इसी तरह से इस लैंग्वेज के अंदर भी कुछ वर्ड्स उर्दू के आके मिक्स हो गए हैं.
पानी महलल है, इसमें बहुत सी चीजें हाल होती हैं. कुछ ऐसी चीजें भी हैं जो पानी के साथ मिलती तो हैं लेकिन हाल नहीं होते. ए पी पी एल ई एप्पल.
The pressure on BROGPA children is immense. They are made to learn as many as 3 languages, Urdu, English and Bodhi, in their first year at school. Unfortunately, neither BROGSCAT nor Shina has a script. This makes it difficult to teach these languages to younger generations. And they start speaking in several languages, but their own.
कोई 1900 साल का अरसा गुजरा है इनको यहाँ पहुँचे हुए और इन पर लद्दाखी तहजीब का असर पड़ रहा है तो उनकी वो असली जो ज़बान है वो बैकग्राउंड में चली गई.
इनके वो BROGSCAT हमारा नहीं आते, हमारे बच्चे इनका नहीं आते हैं ना, इसलिए इनका बोधी सिखाते हैं.
As a result, the knowledge, the culture and ways of thought embodied in BROGSCAT and Shina are being eroded and under threat of being stamped out. Today, the very roots of BROGPA identity are in danger. Faced with the demands of a contemporary lifestyle, aspirations and attitudes are changing as satellite discs connect them to a new world. BROGPA homes are changing.
Source of transition, the two are similar. The amount of heat of the cleanness.
The pace of change is accelerated by the presence of the Indian Army. As the BROGPA homelands border Pakistan, the Indian Army has always had a presence here. After the Kargil War of 1999, the escalated presence of soldiers has forever changed the BROGPA landscape. Now, the BROGPA can no longer lead an isolated life. The outside world impinges upon them from every side. The army has built roads, opened schools and medical clinics, all in an attempt to endear the BROGPAs to them. Recognizing the BROGPA knowledge of the terrain, the army is keen to train and employ them.
लुंडू है मेरा नाम। स्कूल में हिंदी ज़बान में सिखाते हैं। मेरे को हिंदी और लद्दाखी बात और अपना ब्रोकपास का और बल्टिस का आती है। मेरे को भी फौज में जाना है, लद्दाख स्क्वाड में देश की सेवा करने के लिए जाना है।
The Indian Army has emerged as the largest provider of employment opportunities. The cash incentives encourage the BROGPAs to work as porters, lugging army supplies and hiring out their beasts of burden for sums of money that were once unimaginable. Young BROGPA men today prefer to join the army instead of tilling their fields, an alternative unavailable to previous generations. Tourism provides yet another alternative. Leh was open to tourists in 1974, and with them came new opportunities for Ladakhis. BROGPAs could not benefit because their villages came under the restricted area zone, since these villages abut Pakistan. However, in 1994, Da Hanu, the heart of the BROGPA homeland, was open to tourists. Ever since, a steady stream of tourists have been visiting the region. Garkon and Darchiks, falling under Kargil administration, are yet not open to tourists, Indian or foreign.
Tourism helps them financially, but we don't want to change from our own heritage and culture to this Western style.
Time never stands still, it's true. And with change comes progression. But it is important to keep the values of the past because that makes change smooth. I think for us, time is changing as well. And when we see cultures like this, we learn as well. So our culture changes.
हमारा जो लेडीज़ लोग हैं जो अनएजुकेटेड वाले वो लोग विद द हेड वर्किंग करते हैं जो फील्ड्स में चलो केवल उनको यही मिल जाते हैं और मैं तो इतना कोशिश करता हूँ कि जो भी मेरे गेस्ट हाउस में आते हैं तो अपना बीवी को मैं ड्रेस पे दिखाते हैं उनको लेकिन खुद दिखाने के लिए थोड़ा सा मजबूर हो जाता हूँ.
These cultural values are now solely the preserve of the elderly BROGPAs. Swayed by an education and an exposure to other cultures, the younger BROGPAs look at life in a new light.
Ja, naar kijk po mi jikati summani Francis. Shabici asidar susrunisi. Janga dar goto gar knar goto tirzom odrunisi unyechi vama. Tikano bigijino. Matna tasil thalabna kari ha bashara. Kitalo. Mitze sivisi. An party ke thawana an party ke
Transition from the old culture to the new leads to a crisis of identity. The acceptance that the younger generation seeks cuts it off from its roots.
When I was living in hostel, my friend doesn't even take one cup. They doesn't share my cup because they said he's BROGPA. They think that BROGPA, they are deadly, they think everything. Now, if I say that if with proud I say that I am BROGPA, then I have to face many problems. So I never say that I am BROGPA.
People of Ladakh, the other who are not BROGPAs, they feel the BROGPA is a very good part of them, and we have got very good relation, But of course, the matrimonial relations are very less, and it can be a big problem, the cultural adjustment, the lifestyle is quite different.
पहले हमारे लोग सिर्फ ब्रोकपास में ही शादी करते थे. अभी क्या हो रहा है कि अभी मंगोलियन नस्ल के साथ शादी करते हैं. तो इसलिए अगले 10 साल तक मेरे ख्याल से ये ब्रोकपा नस्ल ही खत्म हो जाएगा.
After 20 years, I hope that there should be more than 20 students which have a degree, which have a graduation. You know. Now when they get a degree, when they get a graduation, what is it also? I think they will marry with a girl which is outside from this community. In my thinking. Because I'm thinking too. I think after 10 years, after years, it get changed. And everybody will forget their culture. It is sure. Because nobody want to get suppressed by any society. I'm saying that you are wrong.
Till recently, proud of their racial purity, the elder BROGPAS are critical of this new identity. They fear that intermarriages between the BROGPAS and the larger Ladakhi community are affecting the continuation of the BROGPAS as a race. Will the zeal with which the BROGPAS guarded their racial purity lose its purpose and intent as they are assimilated into the broader Indian mainstream? Will the BROGPA be there to carry on this debate in the times to come? Where will be a BROGPA tomorrow? A few vestiges of old customs still survive the onslaught. For instance, offering juniper smoke for cleansing of the soul or praying to subdags in the kitchen for their well-being.
सब जगह ये साथ लेकर आए हैं इनका बिलीव ये है सब तक कहते हैं वो यानी डीटी वो देवता जो इनके चूल्हे में रहता है
One of the people told me that Sabdak was a Shiva.
No, there is not. Shivling, we believe this, you know, there are several gods and goddesses. We consider in our history there are 360 something gods and goddesses, and it is never related to the Shivlings where we worship for. We don't worship, we just, when we have a food, we just give him the offering. You take fast and help us in this. This is called God and goddesses. We are believed to be living with God and goddesses before. That's why the flowers and all, fun-loving people. That's why it is nothing to relate it with the Shivling.
There are many people who have got confusion, you know. They pray them too much. They take care of them too much and not to others, you know. They don't care Buddha's teaching, but they care too much for the family gods, you know.
Places of worship and revered objects like the ibex horn may lie in ruins today, but are not yet discarded. The BROGPAS still ward off the evil from their homes and honor their dead in keeping with traditions.
You'll see munnals everywhere because this rocky terrain. So they have these crevices inside the mountains wherein they place chilgi in their language, but juniper otherwise. And they burn that to sanctify those bones, the ancestral bones. So that's how they worship them, and that goes against Buddhism.
No challenge. If the Buddhism is, very strong, if you can resist that thing logically, then you got a very good religion. Or if you can't face, you just a physical appearance and entry, if you're afraid of that, then your religion is too weak.
With their origins forgotten, new interpretations are being given to these old and revered customs. The BROGPA today is in danger of being overwhelmed by cultural and religious influences from Leh, Srinagar and Delhi.
हम कह सकते हैं कि ये पूरी तरह से सोसाइटी के साथ इंटीग्रेटेड है हमारे यहाँ पे मुस्लिम सोसाइटी के साथ कुछ कस्टम्स हैं जो इनके अपने ब्रोकपा में चल रहे हैं वो इस्लाम से कंट्राडिक्ट जो कस्टम्स हैं उनके बगैर जो नॉर्मल कस्टम्स हैं वो साथ साथ में कर लेते हैं
In the clash between the old traditions and the new, the old is frowned upon, And soon, with a set of new values, a society with its distinct ethos that has survived 2 millennia may be no more.
खत्म असर पुराना रहा ही नहीं, कुछ है ही नहीं, वो कल्चरल ड्रेस वगैरह जो कुछ था वो अब आज है ही नहीं, वो मध्यम हो गया। 100 साल का पहले से गाने हैं ये, तो मगर अभी तो वो बूढ़े बूढ़े लगाते जाते थे, वो बूढ़े मर चुके, अभी हम भी मरने तैयार हो गया, अभी हम भी बूढ़ा हो गया, हमारा बात ये सिस्टम ही खत्म हो जाएगा।
Amidst the cross currents of times and cultures, tradition and modernism, the BROGPAS have a variety of choices. And the price of these choices could be their very identity. Will the BROGPA forsake the past for the lure of the future? The answer lies tomorrow.